different, but nah, he didn't. He it wasn't it for me. Let's go to your Glass Onion review.
All right, Glass Onion. For those who haven't seen Knives Out, you can watch Glass Onion because the movies are. I think there was like one reference to the first one, but like you can watch Glass Onion first and then Knives Out one later. But these are whodunit movies, and these are very much like lean into like murder mystery. All these people are gathered together, somebody dies, and it's like, all right, let's figure out who did it. Mm-hmm. And it's always the person you least expect, or it'll be someone that is obvious, but they'll misdirect you throughout the entire movie with a whole bunch of nonsense to make you forget. And then you come back to the end, and you're just like, well, it probably was him. I should have known that.
I knew it the whole time.
Well, this movie is, another murder mystery. This time it takes place on a private island. And they're making it a series because I guess in the original one, there were two main characters. There was a lady who's a nurse, and then there was a detective. Well, the detective, who's played by Daniel Craig. I'm pretty sure that's his name, Daniel Craig. He's like this world famous like detective. And, he investigated the murder in the first one and solved it.
Yeah.
With the help of the main character. And two, it continues with him. And apparently, they've already confirmed a third movie, so it's going to continue with his adventures of being a detective.
There is a third movie.
So the first one was about a rich family, and the head of the family dies, and this is all about them fighting for his inheritance, right? Mm-hmm. Second one is about a rich billionaire hosting a murder mystery party on his island, and he's inviting all his influencer friends he came up with. They were all kind of like 30-something, kind of broke in New York, and they all ended up becoming very wealthy.
Hey,
and
that's the goal.
There's a murder takes place, apparently. I don't want to give it away because they don't really talk about it in the trailer, but there was a murder that took place. I'm not going to say whether it happened on the island or before the island. And the detective was sent out. He received an invitation to go out to the island. He doesn't know where it's from. So that's all I'll say. But I love the movie, man. I got to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought it was great.
And you saw it in
theaters.
theaters.
Had a big commentary. Saw it in theaters. This is also a Netflix original they're doing theatrical releases for. Thought it was dope, man. I love these movies. I love the first movie. I saw the first movie in theaters. I thought it was like we've all seen whodunits. Like for those, we're going to talk about Wednesday too. Wednesday is a pop-in, Addams Family spinoff Netflix. That whole show is like one long whodunit. Basically.
Oh, okay, that too.
But I love whodunits.
Okay.
I love whodunits, man. Like we all have seen whodunits, but for some reason, Knives Out, the Knives Out series feels like a love letter to whodunits. It just kind of has like a clever, like it has an emphasis on it. Like we watch whodunits all the time, but it's like the point of the movie is like you're playing one large, complicated game of Clue. You know what I mean? Or like Mafia. That's how the movies kind of feel like it to me.
So you feel like you can
people who play Mafia.
You kind of get like a little bit of nostalgia out of it. Like that's something that you used to like. Did you grow up with those like playing like Clue and stuff? Are you like a fan of the Mafia?
But I grew
shit?
up playing Mafia. I grew up playing Mafia, and I love that. Like I love that. Like not knowing who the murderer is and talking to people and seeing their tales and finding any evidence. I like that kind of stuff. Or like Among Us, and that's a joke. I'm ruining this for y'all. If you don't want to hear it, skip 10 seconds ahead.
Wait, is
but
this
they made a reference
alert?
to?
Do I need to close my ears?
I mean, it's nothing like big plot related. They just had a cameo in the movie.
All right, go.
And a lot of people reviewing the movie said this movie had a little bit of Marvel MCU effect that they didn't like because there was a lot of like outside references and jokes. But at the beginning of the movie, the main character was like sitting in his bathtub and it's during the pandemic, and he's playing Among Us. Remember, he's like a world famous detective, so that's the joke. Yeah. And he was like terrible at Among Us, so that was like the joke.
That's corny.
But like I like Among Us because it is kind of corny. It is kind of. The people didn't like that. Like who watched the movie? Like there was little references like that they didn't like. Like
is there all Gen Z stuff? That only Gen Z is gonna get that.
No, it's very millennial. Like all the characters in the movie are like in their 40s. Like Batista's in the movie. I don't think Janelle Monáe is. Batista's probably in his 50s. They're like in their 40s and 50s. Isn't that his name, Batista?
Who?
The guy who plays Drax in Guardians.
Oh, you said Batiste. I was like, who the fuck?
Batista. Is her name Janelle Monáe? Is that how you say her name?
Uh-huh.
She's a major character in the movie. There's Daniel Craig. And there's like the lady who plays Agatha in WandaVision. She was in the movie. So they're all like 40s, 30s, 40s. Yeah. She did. I liked her character in this movie. So it was like I don't want to spend too much time on this, but all I gotta say is like the movie was like a big commentary on the rich. like I felt like the movie was criticizing like the Kanye's, the like Elon Musk's,
Right.
the
Jeff
like
Bezos.
the like Jeff Bezos is the really famous like because they went everywhere from rich politicians to rich Twitch streamers to rich models to rich tech billionaires. I mean, they hit all bases on it. Like all the major characters are like some kind of rich person, like a Twitch streamer, right? And he, I don't want to get into plot details, but they kind of commented on a lot of these people are just faking until they make it, and they're frauds.
Yeah.
They want you to believe that they're these geniuses, these just like successes, and a lot of them had huge legs up, or they're doing shady things behind the scenes to win favor of other rich people.
Yeah. It's that nepotism
And
shit.
they don't
like all
care
those
about
connections
people's
and shit.
well-being. They care about money and profit, and they will burn you down, if not even murder and kill you, to maintain a facade.
No, I mean I love those types of movies, and I think that we need more of those. That's kind of like, there's not really a lot of those studios that make those types. There's not really a lot of directors too, or actors even, go the whole way, that choose those types of movies that are a political, social commentary and trying to tell a truth to the audience instead of just the Marvelification of it. What was the Marvelification of it that you were saying that people had a problem with?
Just like the references and just like the little jokes. Like they were like referencing like Clue, and like he was playing Clue. I think he was playing Clue. Maybe not, but I know he was playing Among Us, and there was like some comedy in there that people didn't like. Even though the movies have always kind of haven't been, like they've been serious, but they never felt like super dark. It's not like a lot of gore, or like like in it. Like,
but
they kind of are like they feel like very PG-13. Feel very PG-13.
They just threw too many like.
What were you saying?
They just threw too many like low-hanging fruit type jokes. Just the corny shit, like how Thor was.
Nowhere near to Marvel's level. Like Marvel is like,
but just a little sprinkle of it.
But people, a sprinkle of it. People are like, oh, MCU effect is spreading. They felt like.